Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the stream. It is I, DigiDriver, welcoming you to your Sunday, August the 20th, 2023. And your eyes are not deceiving you. We are actually back in Flight Simulator X Steam Edition. I got the idea to jump back into FSX after hanging out with some folks last night or over the weekend and deciding it was a time to pay a visit to some very humble beginnings in terms of my return into the flight simulation enthusiasm that I have in this day and age. So, pardon me. Let me see if I can lower the volume of this music a bit. I guess not. All right. Well, I tell you what, it's going to reset, but I'm going to have to bring the level of I guess the game audio down. Hey, Air Amric, my friend, I am all the better to see you, and I decided to take the day off and just really chill with some fun, classic FSX missions. I don't care who you are. You probably heard of at least one mission in FSX in the past 10 years if you've had anything to do with the flight sim hobby at all. That's just my opinion, but I believe that, sincerely. So we're gonna go fly. Let's take a look. I can probably start with the Telluride landing, but I know I've done that before on stream, and I might do it again today. But I don't think there's any better way to begin than by going to the classic mission, the one that pretty much always made me feel better unless I really porked the landing. We're going to go to the Caribbean landing. We have to. We absolutely have to. And don't mind me, because I'm probably going to pause it when we start, and set the autopilot and do all that stuff, because otherwise the plane kind of goes all over the place. But yeah. Never mind the fact that the plane that you fly doesn't have delivery on it. You are flying for Orbit Airlines. I think. Has it been that long since I've flown this mission? Sheesh. Let's just go have fun. You started the flight sim journey with MSFS. Rock on, my man. Well, happy to have you, and I'm happy to have you visiting today. Okay, so, again, like I said, a very quick pause. Oh, great. I already configured this. Fantastic. I can zoom in, I can zoom out. Good, Digi. You already configured this. I don't have to spend a lot of time figuring it out. All right. So let me think. The autopilot, I'm going to engage, and I'm going to do current heading, current altitude, and current airspeed. Current airspeed should be 210. No, probably going to be more than 180. But let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, for an old flight sim, oh, man. All the flights I used to do thinking, like I was able to hang with everybody else in terms of graphics quality. Humble beginnings, for sure. But let's kick it off.
Lower the flaps to 8 degrees and adjust thrust to maintain 180 knots. You have the airplane. Continue flying heading 120 and maintain 7,000 feet. I'll handle the radios. You fly the approach. The airport's about 25 miles ahead of us. The approach controller will probably vector us out to the south, then give us a left turn to line up with the runway.
Let's see. Okay, great. Laps 8 so far.
World Travel 268, contact Juliana approach.
Okay, we're world travel.
128.905. Going to 128.905, World Travel 268. See you next time.
How come we don't have landing lights on?
World Travel 268, with you, 7,000.
World Travel 268, Juliana approach. Expect vectors for the visual runway at Niner. Altimeter 2992. World Travel 268, turn right, heading 130, descend and maintain 3000. Vectors for the visual.
right to 130 and down to 3, world travel 268. Okay, turn right to 130 degrees and descend to 3,000 feet.
Also, why doesn't the default autopilot work the way it used to in FSX? When you start scrolling down, it automatically descends for you? I kind of like that. I mean, that would wreck realism for, like, most of the fights that we do, but still, kind of nice.
Exceed 250 knots.
So we turn 130, we are descending 3,000. How fast are we going down?
Well travel 268. Reduce speed to 180 knots.
Slowing to 180, world travel 268. Okay, slow to 180 knots.
Oh, okay. So the trim is the buttons up here. Is this the gear? Nope, that's view. I wonder why. Oh, I know why. Because I'm using default button bindings. Um, does the throttle the rudder work? The rudder does work. Good. Good. Man, the days. Dude. I mean, like current PCs don't restore the actual full thrill of nostalgia, but smooth frame rates do make a nice little mend. Remember flying this at like 12, 15 frames a second, 20 maybe. Good times.
Level off at 3,000 feet.
Leveling off.
Well travel 268. Turn left, heading 100. Report the runway in sight.
Left to 100, world travel 268. Alright, make a left turn to a heading of 100.
Check. Can we see the airport? We can. Right there. Ooh, very nice. Leon. Happy landings, my friend. I flew Norfolk to Charlotte and Charlotte to Philadelphia last night. First one was an X-plane, last one was an MSFS. It was nice. All right, eyes front for me. I really want to see the airport come into view. I can see it here. Lyon is a nice airport to fly into. I think that's LFLL, I think. Lima Foxtrot Lima Lima. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've flown into it a few times in the sim. It's pretty cool.
World travel 268 has the runway in sight.
A firm.
Travel 268. Cleared visual approach. Runway 9er.
Cleared for the visual, world travel 268.
World travel 268. Contact Juliana Tower now on 118.7.
Going to tower, thanks. Juliana Tower, world travel 268 with you on the visual.
World travel 268, Juliana Tower, wind 121 at 12, runway 9er clear to land.
I'm
Traffic
gonna get ahead of the plane.
on final landing Simpson Bay south of the runway.
Clear to land, and we have the traffic. World travel 268. All right, we're cleared for the visual approach. Reduce thrust to idle and begin descending towards the runway. Lower the landing gear and lower full flaps as we slow down. Adjust thrust to maintain 130 knots as our final approach speed.
All right, final approach speed 130. That's set. And fortunately, we're not descending horribly quickly enough to make staying on point a problem. I can't see prevailing winds, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that we're pretty idle or calm. Let's give it some more flaps. Flaps are, I thought they were 8. Excuse me. Oof. Give me flaps 20. And give me the aircraft. Actually, not yet. Not yet.
Before landing checklist, landing gear, down. Flaps set to 45 degrees. Before landing checklist, complete.
Okay, I don't want to put 45 until I get below 150 at least.
Flight attendants, please be seated for landing.
All right, my aircraft for heading. And you know what? My aircraft, period. All right. So, interestingly enough, and this might influence my choices for button binds for MSFS, the two triggers on my T16000 joystick, they alternate between up and down trim, and I think they repeat. So I might actually
Don't sink. Don't sink.
I might actually keep them for trim in the sim. Okay, all right. So the throttle does work. All right, here we go. Gears down, flaps are 45. Airport's in sight. Old St. Martin, not looking too bad either. For default MSFS scenery, they've got the side kind of bar or grill. The people on the beach. Do I see people on the beach? I think so. Huh, birds. No bueno. Oof, that was low. All right. Thrust idle. And
Orbit 326 Heavy, Juliana Tower, position.
brakes. Full reverse.
Orbit 326 Heavy.
Can we make it? Can we make it? Can we make
Travel
it?
268, welcome to St.
Yes.
Turn left next taxiway.
Yes, this is the old Princess Juliana Taxiway airport, and I did a crummy job on centerline, but we put it down. Probably like a minus 260 for the landing rate, but who cares? We made it.
Orbit 326 Heavy, wind 121 at 12, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff. Orbit 326 Heavy.
I know, right, Canuck? And welcome aboard. This is how you know you pulled it off, because you can pull off the taxiway, you can watch them take off if you like. Do we have parking brakes? No, no. Where's the parking brake option? I guess I'm gonna have to really relearn what the key bindings are in the default sim, but I don't care. We're good. Let's take a look real quick. And there they go. I don't know if I installed like literally anything else at all in terms of add-ons or anything. I think this is about as vanilla as you're gonna get in terms of an FSX install. And I did this on purpose because I don't want to tempt myself to fly the sim. So there we go. That's the first mission down, and that's like what, like 15 minutes in? Ah, that was fantastic. Okay. So, let's do the things. Oh, excuse me. Huh, that's weird. My chat feed on my other computer wasn't updating on my computer. All right. I never did the Swedish Championship soaring course, and I'm not about to today. I'm just looking for missions that mean something to me, that are fun, that are fantastic, and that are somewhat challenging. I tell you what, we had fun with that landing, but I think I feel the need to be a little bit on the edge of my seat. Rome Naples run is too easy for me. Telluride landing is easy. UFO and terror, dude. I was thinking about it. Now we have to. We have to. Let's see. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Why can't I find it? Um, high altitude intercept. Here we go. Fortunately, with this, all you have to do is basically stay close to the airplane, because if I had to do much more than use the controls on the aircraft, I might have been in trouble. Swiss outing. I think, and I could be wrong about this, but I think that's the one where you land an aircraft in icing conditions. That one was scary. I kept thinking I was going to lose control of the plane. All right, let's do UFO intercept. Let's go, guys. This one happens really, really fast, so stay tuned. Here we go.
Star 66, Sandia Crest reports an unidentified object heading northwest, Angels 20, 3,000 knots. This appears to be our bogey. Scramble, scramble, scramble.
3,000 knots.
Our leader. Light the fire. It's time for some action. They've been buzzing us all week. Here's our briefing. Intercept, fly in close proximity to the UFO, and initiate interrogation. Remember, we need at least 100 seconds of interrogation. If the process is interrupted, it should pick up where it left off. Edwards ground, North Star 66, flight of 2, ready to taxi.
Here we go, boys.
North Star 66, taxi to runway 4 via taxiway Alpha. Alpha to 4, North Star 66. Okay, follow me to the runway.
I'm glad I controlled E this thing, because otherwise I would have had no engines running when I jumped in the cockpit. No shame in admitting I don't know how to hot start the F-18 really fast. I might have once. Let's go, people. I don't think the visors on the actual canopy are functional, but they still look cool. That's not 2 knots ground speed. That's more like 10 knots.
North Star 66, target over Edwards now, heading 310, 1,000 feet, 3,000 knots.
There we go.
Star 66, target heading 070 at 800 knots.
Roger that. Looks like they're just toying with us. Edwards Tower, North Star 66, flight of 2, ready to go on 4. In position, adding power. Here we go.
Let's go.
North Star 66, wind 287 at 10, runway 4, cleared for takeoff.
Stay with me, okay? We need to stay close together so we look like one aircraft.
I'm gonna spoil it for you guys. He's not gonna last. You're up.
Target in sight, 11 o'clock. We need to get close enough to interrogate and inject the code.
North Star 66, contact departure.
North Star 66 switching. Departure, North Star 66.
North Star 6-6, radar contact. Proceed at your discretion.
That poor King Air.
Target heading 065 at 500 knots.
Whoa, that's a big ship. That's
I'm having trouble with engine 1. I'll have to abort. Departure North Star 6-6, flight leader declaring an emergency. Request immediate return to
where
base.
is the plane? Ah, it's right there.
Over.
North Star 6-6 leader, RTB.
Returning to base, North Star 6-6 leader.
There we go. We got him.
North Star 6-6 wingman, stand by. North Star 6-6 wingman, ops request that you continue pursuit solo. Proceed at your discretion.
Well, it looks like it's up to you. I'll see you on the ground.
Interrogation 10% complete.
Come on, slow down, slow down, slow down.
Interrogation 20% complete.
This UFO will pick up speed really fast, so I'm kind of glad I'm kind of riding its tail.
Interrogation 30% complete.
I'm not glad I'm riding the tail because it's gonna peel off in probably like 10 or 15 seconds. Yeah, get a little away from me.
Interrogation 40% complete.
Yeah, see?
Over.
North Star 6-6, target heading 065 at 1000 knots. Interrogation 50% complete. Interrogation 60% complete.
Come on, stick with it. Yeah.
Interrogation 70% complete.
Come
North
on.
Star 6-6, target heading 080 at 800 knots.
Target is in sight. Thank you.
Interrogation 80% complete. North Star 6-6, target heading 155 at 870 knots. Interrogation 90% complete.
Full idle. Cut the power. Cut the power.
Interrogation complete.
Yes.
North Star 6-6, mission successful. Code injected. North Star 6-6, return to base.
All right. Now, I do want to see what happens. So, if you don't mind, I'll stick around for a teensy bit longer. And what's going to happen is they're going to light their afterburners.
Over. G.
North
Over.
Star
G.
6-6, how do you read?
Do I have to answer on ATC?
North Star 6-6, we have radar contact. Negative radio. If you copy, proceed to China Lake for landing.
All right. So, the reason why I wanted to stick around is because I want to see it go back to the mothership. Which it will do. If you failed, you were all hosed. But, since we succeeded, feels like Independence Day. Kind of because it is. Let's see. The interrogation's complete, so the code was inserted into the fighter. The fighter went back into the mothership. And kaboom. Can't see much of the smoke from here, but that plane is going down. Woo. Blammo. All right, then. Let's take it back down to China Lake. 30.5 nautical miles. We were at 15,000 feet. Let's get under the canopy. And that is the UFO intercept. It is very, very easy to lose the mission if you do not stay close to it. Like, how quick was that? That was literally like around 8 minutes, maybe even 7. And the effective time that we were on target was like 2, with you effectively being able to charge or interrogate only inside that time frame. If you miss that time frame, it will go back to the mothership, and then you won't be able to do anything. Like, China Lake is toast. So you need to pay attention. Whee! Yes, sir. Nice lighting on the thing. It's like wingman. You took a very long time to get back to base. I just want to see the fireworks, sir. All right, so taking it back to base, we're about 22 nautical miles away. We were like 38, so we're moving pretty quick. It's not going to take me too long to get back to base for this. I think China Lake's up ahead. But that was fun. Thanks for suggesting it. Folks, if you're tuning in and you're wondering why in the world I have a humongous heads-up display in front of me, and why it's why the the game for the stream says Flight Simulator X, it's because it is. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator X Steam Edition, and this is one of the greats in terms of flight sims. You know, it's got, for some people got their start here. I had gotten my start in older sims, but I've flown this one for a while. And today I'm replaying some of the missions that I used to play for fun, and to get back to the old days when it was just like, oh, like, this is it. This is how the game is played, or this is the scenery that we used to, fly around in. All right, there is the airport.
North Star 6-6, switch to China Lake Tower.
How do
North
you?
Star 6-6, we have
Oh,
you in sight. The airspace is cleared and the base is yours.
land at your discretion. Okay, so we're going to overfly the airport. Oh, dude, please feel free to post a picture up. You have to go. All right, give me a moment, guys. Just got to get up. Be right back. Okay, folks, I'm back. Just taking the plane in to land at China Lake. We successfully completed the UFO intercept, but we still have to land. So I am probably going to loop out for a while as we slow down, get the landing gear, and prep for arrival. I think I can deploy landing gear as far fast as like 300 some odd knots. So I will. And then we will get ready to land. All right. Give me a little bit of juice. Not that much, but still a little bit. Very nice. Thank you, friend. Okay, so we're pretty far out. I will go ahead and start deploying landing gear. And we will get turned around. This was good stuff. Canuck's right. When this came out, you know, gamers and developers were probably only going to get frame rates around 15 to 20 frames per second for the game. And by comparison, with Flight Simulator 2004, you could actually do a pretty good job of getting the frame rates up to where you kind of wanted them to be. It was just that there was so much stuff going on in the sim, so much stuff they were accounting for, dynamic traffic, like cars. Why am I going that fast? Slow down. Can I do spoilers? Oh, yeah, I can. Thank you. I'm full idle, so I'm coming into land. And once I get like 210 knots, I'll go flaps. This is slow enough for me. I'm a little bit off the runway, but I don't care. Gear is down. All right. And if we land in the dirt, we land in the dirt. Unlike DCS, this has incredibly forgiving dynamics for an F-18. I should have done aerodynamic braking, but...
North Star 66, clear the runway when able.
there we go. We're in, fam. We're in. Dude, that was superb. We have come such a long way, my friends. By the way, folks, please, if you're lurking, if you are watching this on a replay, and you have not done so already, please feel free to give my friends Air Amarok and Studio Canuck a follow. Some of my great friends of the channel, they contribute some very nice content on Twitch as well, and they're great to have around. So please feel free to pay them some patronage, is what I'm trying to say. All right, so 2 missions down, and we're like a little bit more than a half an hour in. You got it, my friend. I'm liking this stream so far. So, tutorial, helicopter maneuvers, corkscrew. I never got past this mission. I'm not trying it today. KwaZulu Rhino Rescue or Elephant Rescue. Those take a while to do, so we're not going to play that today. Missing coworker. That could be the Civil Air Patrol mission where you go looking for your pilot friend, and then like you actually land on the mountain if you want to find him. That one's very tricky. Let me see. Jet City. Nope. Nah. Which one do I want to do? Amsterdam, London? Oh, no. This was a Civil Air Patrol search. Sogan, you have no idea. This is FSX Steam Edition. Let's go. So, Coast Guard transport, new? Monsoon approach was expert? It was tricky. Carolina IMC. I don't know enough about the... Oh, yeah. Go for it, dude. I don't know enough about the carrier missions right now to remember how to actually operate the launcher thingy, the rail. So I don't think I'm going to do any aircraft carrier missions, but let me try something. Let's do the Sitka approach. I'll do this one while I figure out what else I want to run today. And again, don't mind me because I literally haven't run some of these missions at all. Oh yeah, that the executive tour was in the King Air. You really have to kind of be good, which I wasn't, and I kind of still am. I kind of still ain't. I should say. Ooh, here we go.
Okay, that's Sitka straight ahead of us. Now that we're clear of the mountains, we can start descending toward the runway. Reduce power and let's start down. The wind is blowing from the west, so we'll land on runway 29er. We always want to land into the wind.
Yes, sir. Let me change my display settings because I want. Oh, no, no, no. The scenery is still loading. Am I on autopilot right now?
To traffic, Caravan 25 Tango is on right base for runway 29er.
See that Cessna Caravan out there? We can follow him all the way to the airport. I'll announce our position so he knows we're here. Sitka traffic, Cessna 6 Charlie Mike, 8 miles southeast. We'll be straight in for runway 29er. We have the Caravan in sight.
Well, hey, not going to lie. In light of today's graphic progress and standards, yeah, it's not going to outdo MSFS. But the the single reason I fly this anymore is because the missions are still
Caravan 25 Tango is on
the
final, runway
best.
29er.
Period.
Follow the Caravan all the way in. Add a notch of flaps and slow down a bit. We can't land until he's off the runway.
Let's get some flaps in. I mean, I'm chugging the nostalgia Kool-Aid, so like my objectivity is gone, but I'm enjoying myself. Also, like I said, this is completely and utterly vanilla. I don't think I've installed a single add-on at all. Not atmospherics, not clouds, not Rex Skyforce. I don't have Skyforce as a texture or something. Like, not world airports, nothing. Well, it's not good, but it's there. We are coming down and we are really slow, but look at that sunset. This was back when they had like the kind of like purplish blue night sky. And while I kind of like how the Rex texture and clouds make the sky look a little bit more realistic, I kind of like this artistic take on sunset too. Yeah,
Okay,
this.
maneuver is necessary to start lining up with the runway.
Yes, sir. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Really appreciate having you guys along. This is fun for me. It might be educational for you. Also, see that cruise ship? I I still feel like P3DV5 could have benefited from using True Sky atmospherics. Well, excuse me, I think they did use True Sky, but using the True Sky from Flight Sim World. But back in the day when 2D sprites were all we had for clouds, man, this is beautiful. Also, I'm way above glide slope. I was paying attention to the plane thinking, oh, okay, we're doing nice.
Slow to
No,
65 knots
no, we're
and
not.
add the rest of the flaps as we slow down. Let's maintain 65 knots on final. Sitka traffic Cessna 6 Charlie Mike on final for runway 29er.
I am flying this plane by hand right now. It's kind of cool. We should be slowing way more.
Traffic, Caravan 25 Tango is clear of the runway.
I can tell.
Okay, the runway is ours.
Nope, 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 nope. This is a great glide path. Keep it right about here. I know dude said 65, but I want to make sure I have enough lift to clear this cruise ship. Minus 238, congratulations. All right, everybody. Wave to the people on the cruise ship. And I'll give FSX one thing. The level of detail on their cruise ships, superb. All right, I feel like we're getting pushed to the left a bit. So give me a little bit of right rudder and some flappage. And Rod Machado for flight instruction. Come on now. And full idle and keep the nose back, 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 keep the nose back. There we go. And down.
Nice landing.
Sweet. So this is the Sims interpretation of what a Sitka airport might look like. Actually, what it did look like back in the day. I'm going to peel off here. And that's it. All right, I'm going to go ahead and stop the mission here and chill because Mrs. Digi's coming through. Stand by, folks. Give me a bit. I'll be right back. Folks, give me a bit. I'm going to grab like a quick snack and see if there's anything else I want to grab from the kitchen before I come back for a bit. We've been at it for about 45 minutes. I'm probably going to be doing at least 2 more missions today, so sit tight. Should be back shortly. All right, folks, I have returned. Let's go ahead and grab a few more missions and see where else we can go. One of the ones that caught my attention in the beginning, because especially I was a, tube liner fiend, was the transitioning to jets mission. And it was fun to fly, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be the same thing again today. I kind of know my way around the default CRJ-7 a bit, so this is kind of cool. But I'm going to see if I can fly maybe one mission that I haven't flown in the past. This one's one I've done before, but I haven't done it in a while. Complete Freedom, hello! Great to see you, my friend. Welcome. We are deep in the FSX nostalgia today as we revisit some missions. This is one of my faves because of the scenery and the operations. So let's get into it. Complete Freedom, I'm doing very well, my friend. I decided to take a break from scenery dev and do some classic missions in the sim, and I'm extremely glad I did it. This was just what the doctor ordered.
This flight is just a quick 35-mile repositioning from Edinburgh to Glasgow without any passengers on board. A good opportunity to get you checked out on the Bombardier CRJ-700. While we're waiting in line for takeoff, I'll explain a few things. Flying a modern jet isn't really all that different from flying a small prop plane. There are just a handful of key differences.
It is a lot of
The first thing
nostalgia.
you'll notice is how different the instrument panel looks. Instead of many small, round mechanical instruments, there are just a few large computer screens. Most of the information is the same, but the presentation is different.
World Travel 221, hold short runway 6 right, traffic is a 747 and final.
Holding short, 6 right, World Travel 221.
That call was for another aircraft. We're Orbit 526. I'll handle the radios during this flight, so don't worry if you miss anything. I'll tell you what to do. The display on the left is the primary flight display, or PFD. It combines multiple instruments into one display. The blue and brown section in the middle of the PFD is an attitude indicator. The vertical tape on the left side shows airspeed, and the tape on the right side shows altitude.
I know I've said this before, and I'm going to sound like a broken record all stream, but I don't know if you guys feel the same way I do. The voiceover quality and the mission quality in FSX and the accelerator missions and all that stuff, I- dude, it's like 17 years after the fact, and this is still some of the best mission work that I've seen in a civil flight sim. That's just me.
At the bottom in the middle is a horizontal situation indicator, which shows heading, and to the right of that is a vertical speed indicator. Glass displays like these take some time to get used to, but once you get the hang of it, you'll love them. The display to the right of the PFD is the navigation display, which shows a top-down view of the aircraft's position relative to navigational aids and the flight planned route. You can change how the map looks by using
I
the
mean,
format
this is
and
2D
wing
panel.
knobs on the left
This
side
is
of the
3D.
panel. Try it now if you want to.
Ah, bonsoir, mon ami. Good to see you, my friend.
Okay, the third display is the engine indication and crew alerting system, or ICAS.
Air Amric, thank you so much for your time. Have a great night.
Gear and flap positions,
Ooh.
fuel quantity, and warning and caution messages. You can scroll through
It's not just a Boeing 747, it's an Orbit Airlines 747.
different aircraft system.
Throw up the Orbit emotes if you got 'em.
Gauges showing on the ICAS. The top gauges are labeled N1. As we fly, I'll give you suggested thrust settings. Use your joystick throttle lever or the F2 and F3 keys to move the N1 needles to the settings I suggest. The rows of buttons and knobs just below the windshield is the mode control panel for the autopilot. We won't be using the autopilot on this flight, so don't worry about any of that for now. A big difference between jets and piston aircraft is that in a jet, the engines take a while to spool up. This means that if you add or reduce thrust, there will be a slight delay before your action has any effect. This fact, combined with the jet's higher speed, means that you need to plan ahead.
World Travel 221, back into position and hold.
Position and hold, World Travel 221.
Jets have flaps just like piston aircraft. They're used during takeoff and landing to increase both lift and drag.
Lower the flaps to 20 degrees for takeoff now by pressing the F7 key 3 times. You can see the flap indicator on the ICAS.
Orbit 526, hold short, runway 6 right.
We'll hold short 6 right, orbit 526. Okay, follow the 737 ahead of us, but hold short of the runway. Release the brakes by pressing the period key and apply some thrust to get us going.
The lack of ADS-B. Interesting. There's still some stuff about GA and simulated flight in general that I don't understand. I know ADS-B is at least partially for like, you know, tracking traffic and stuff like that, but
Good. Stop here. One last thing. During the takeoff roll, I'll call out 4 speeds. When I call 80 knots, glance at your airspeed tape to verify it's moving and indicating approximately the same speed as mine. When I call V1, it means we're at the speed where we're committed to taking off because there isn't enough runway to stop at that point. When I say rotate, gently pull back on the stick and rotate the nose into the air. Finally, I'll call V2 when we reach the minimum safety speed at which we can safely climb on just one engine if there's a failure.
World travel 221, winds calm, clear for takeoff.
World travel 221, rolling.
very nice.
Orbit 526, taxi into position and hold.
Position and hold, orbit 526. Okay, we're cleared to taxi onto the runway, but not to take off yet. Taxi ahead and turn right onto the runway. Stop once you're on the runway and lined up with the center line. Press Shift 5 to display the overhead panel, and turn on the landing light by clicking the switch in the lower left corner.
Already
Press
done.
Shift 5 again to close the overhead. Before we take off, let's review exactly what will happen. You'll control the aircraft, I'll handle the radios. I'll call out 80 knots, V1, rotate, and V2. When I say rotate, gently pull back on the stick to raise the nose to 15 degrees nose up on the primary flight display. I'll tell you to retract the landing gear once we're climbing. Once we reach 1,000 feet above the runway, I'll tell you to pitch down to 10 degrees nose up and to raise the flaps so we can accelerate. Our initial climb will be to our cruise altitude of 6,000 feet, and the departure controller will probably tell us to make a left turn to the west. I'll let you know when to turn.
Orbit 526, winds are calm, runway 6 right, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, orbit 526. All right, we're cleared to go. When you're ready, use the throttle lever on your joystick or press the F3 key to add thrust. Start with 50% N1. Let the engine stabilize and then increase thrust to 100%.
Okay, and then here we go. All in.
V1. Rotate. Slowly pitch up to 15 degrees. V2. Positive rate, gear up. Raise the landing gear by pressing the G key.
Orbit 526, contact departure.
Orbit 526, switching. Okay, move the stick to adjust pitch to 10 degrees nose up on the primary flight display, and raise the flaps. Reduce thrust to about 80% N1 to keep our speed below 250 knots. Climb and maintain
Whoops.
6,000 feet.
So much for that.
Edinburgh departure, orbit 526 with you. Climbing to
First day on a job, busting the speed limit.
Orbit 526, roger.
I'll just let the plane climb.
Turn left, heading 270.
Left to 270, orbit 526. Okay, it's time for the turn. Make a nice easy left turn until our heading is 270 degrees. That's due west. Let's run through the after takeoff checklist. Landing gear, up. Flaps, up. Thrust, set to 80% N1 for the climb. After takeoff checklist complete.
Superb.
Level off at 6,000 feet and reduce thrust to about 60% N1. That should give us about 250 knots.
Okay, so the problem is
Stay
if you
low
are
in the
not
short flight, so
using
don't expect
autopilot,
250 knots.
you are like
The landing
literally
lights on.
flying everything in your
Stay in
hands.
practice below 10,000 feet.
So frankly, I don't care if I go that fast. I would normally be managing this stuff more easily with an
Orbit
autopilot, at
526,
least
resume
speed.
own navigation.
Resume on navigation, orbit 526. All right, we've been told to resume our own navigation. This means the controller will no longer be giving us vectors, and we should follow our filed flight plan. Our flight plan route takes us to a point that will line us up for an approach to Glasgow's runway 23, which is currently the active runway. You can use the mission compass to navigate to that point, or you can follow our flight plan on the map page of the navigation display. The pink line on the screen is the path we should be following.
So, oh wait, hold on. Oh, we need to go to the approach fix then. Let's go. Hmm, Garmin GPS 500. Yes. Also, losing altitude. Keep an eye on your wheels. Ah! MHD Transport Gaming, welcome aboard, my friend. Hello, good to have you. We're doing a nostalgia trip in an FSX Steam Edition, and the memes and the jokes are flowing like water, my friend. Welcome. Folks, if you are not following MHD Transport Gaming, you might be doing yourself a disservice. MHD Transport Gaming is a flight simmer, but has also been doing some interesting things with truck simulation games as well. So if you haven't done so, take some time to go check out MHD Transport Gaming's page on Twitch. Tell them Digi sent you. That way you'll know who to blame. So we lost some altitude during the turn, but we are also coming back up to 6,000 feet. Also, we're going way too fast below 10,000, but that's okay because I am literally hand flying this plane to Glasgow. So, yeah, things. What I should be able to do is just kind of let the throttles rest somewhere and then adjust my climb or my altitude so that I get to 250 and stay there. I'm just pulling the throttles back a little bit at a time to get back to around 250. And I am coming back up to 6,000, which is great. You're welcome, MHD. I liked hanging out on your stream for a little while for your trip from Texas to Alaska. How did that turn out? Did you make it? Let's not try to crash. I like it when my airplanes stay in one piece. And believe me, I have crashed on stream. So I understand the process. The last two crashes that were really memorable were both related to weather in X-Plane 12. It was unbelievable how quickly I lost control and it was a done deal. It was absolutely unbelievable. Both those flights were in winter and like, if you're not anti-iced up and ready to go, you are going to regret it. Oh my word. Dude, 10 hours of driving. Rock on, man. You finished around 6. You probably slept well. Man. Well, congratulations, my friend. And really glad to have you aboard. No, normally this is not what I do on stream. I don't fly that much on stream anymore because I do scenery development. 3 hours sleep. Whoa. So you probably sleep well tonight.
Contact Glasgow approach on 119.1.
Orbit 526 switching. Thanks. Glasgow approach, orbit 526 with you.
Orbit 526, Glasgow approach. Good morning. Reduce speed to 210 knots. Expect vectors for the visual approach runway 23 at Glasgow. Glasgow altimeter 29902.
Slowing to 210 and we'll expect the visual for runway 23, orbit 526. Bring the thrust back to about 50% N1, then adjust it to maintain 210 knots. Since the weather's good, the controller will line us up with the runway and give us clearance to proceed to the airport visually once we have the runway in sight.
Other than the fact that I'm actually adjusting my altitude manually, I'm just going to pretend I have block altitude between 55 and 6,500 feet. Although I do need to slow down.
526, descend and maintain 3000.
All right, let's go.
Descend and maintain 3,000.
Idle throttle.
Okay, we've got clearance to descend to 3,000 feet. Reduce thrust to idle and gently push forward on the stick to take us down. Pitch to about 7 degrees nose down to maintain 210 knots as we descend.
To be honest with you, no. No. I think what happens is when we start expecting, you know, obvious areas to be represented well, that's where the breakdown will begin to happen. Because this place has, old airport layouts. Some airports didn't exist back then, and yeah, like we're gonna wanna see the places that we grew up in or that we recognize be represented better. But for me, I'm not looking at this going, ugh, ugh, like okay, like this is old. This is old tech. But for me, it's like, man, we came a pretty long way from where we were before. Yes, and you brought up a pretty good point, Sogan. With graphics like this, if you are in the middle of like, simulating your stuff and whatnot, you are in the process of just flying. Your brain eventually is gonna like, add some detail in for you. I mean, no, you can't get past the fact that certain things aren't gonna look good, but to a point, you're not gonna care. You're not gonna care. I mean, I do and don't at the same time. It all looks the same at flight level 380. I see your point. I definitely see your point. Are we on the way there? Oh, we're not doing that bad. We're a little bit off. We're a little bit off the path, but let me see. Can I switch? I should be able to switch. Is it GPS? It is GPS right now.
Okay, level off here at 3,000 feet and bring the thrust back up to about 50% N1 to maintain 210 knots. Slowing to 180, orbit 526. Okay, now reduce thrust a bit to slow to 180 knots. Pull back on the stick a bit to keep the nose from dropping. Maintain 3,000 feet as you slow down.
No, I still have a lot of energy. Also, I didn't go to full idle, so let's keep it sitting down at
Press
3,000.
F7 twice to lower the flaps to 8 degrees. The flaps will slow us down, so bring the thrust back up to about 60% N1 so we maintain 180 knots.
All things considered, I'm kind of having more fun here than I've had in MSFS in the past couple of weeks. Should I be concerned? Well, okay, for starters, I am hand flying a CRJ. Second, I like this plane. Third, it's nostalgia. What are you going to do? All right, let's get back up to 3,000.
Heading 230, vectors for the visual approach runway 23. Report the runway in sight.
Left to
Yeah.
230, looking for the runway. Orbit 526. Here we go. Turn left to 230 degrees. We should see the runway straight ahead once we roll out.
Yes, sir. I see it.
Okay, I see the runway. Approach orbit
Orbit 526 has the runway in sight.
Orbit 526, cleared visual approach runway 23.
Cleared for the visual, Orbit 526. Reduce thrust to idle and begin descending towards the runway. Lower the landing gear by pressing G and lower full flaps as we slow down. Press F7 3 times. In a large aircraft like this, the speed you land at changes depending on how heavy you are. At our current weight, our final approach speed will be 130 knots. Adjust thrust to maintain 130 knots as we descend toward the runway.
Lots of autogen in the area. Oof. Nice. Sorry, but I'll take autogen that pops in all day over photogrammetry that looks like sharp objects. That's me. I wish we were able to get past that problem, and I hope that that's an issue that FS 2024 solves. Immersion ruined. Hey, but it gets the job done, right? I mean, if you hopped into a CRJ and saw that they had a keyboard, would you feel alarmed or relieved? I'd be like, oh, wait, I'm good. Also, some graphical glitching, but no worries.
Orbit 526, contact tower on 118.8.
A
Switching to tower
little
now,
bit
Orbit
off the side.
526. Thanks. Glasgow Tower, Orbit 526 with you on the visual approach for runway 23.
Orbit 526, Glasgow Tower, you're number 1. Clear to land runway 23. Wind calm.
Clear to land, Orbit 526.
There it goes.
We're clear to land, so let's run through the before landing checklist. It's a short one. Landing gear, down.
Down.
Flaps, set to 45 degrees.
Check.
Landing checklist complete. Continue descending. Once we're about 50 feet over the runway, reduce thrust to idle and pull back on the stick slightly to touch down on the main wheels first. Then slowly lower the nose.
Glasgow's kind of like in a plate with hills all around it. I would say bowl, but the hills aren't that close to it. Good stuff. Good stuff. So let's see. We did the Caribbean landing. We did the high altitude intercept, and we're doing this. Let's see what we can do next. Glasgow is. That's neat. I might have to fly in here into here in X-Plane 12 or MSFS. See what the place looks like. I'm fairly certain that Glasgow has some photogrammetry treatment. We're pretty fast, but I can fix that by just going completely throttle idle. There we go. Scrubbing speed. All right, 40 feet. All right, just keep the nose up. There we go. Full reverse and brakes.
Nice landing.
Orbit 526, turn left next taxiway and contact ground on 121.7.
Ground on 121.7, Orbit 526. Turn left on the next taxiway. Once you're clear of the runway, stop, retract the flaps, and turn off the landing lights.
FSX kind of feels like a way more subdued experience in terms of like frame rate, or I don't want to say reflexes, but basically the way flying feels in here. It feels way more fluid. And fluid, I mean like slow.
We'll follow the 37, orbit 526. Okay, just follow that 737 on the taxiway. He's going to the same ramp, just a different gate.
Clone Commander. All right, so essentially we're going to go that way, and we're going to go to the same area, but a different gate. And we're about 21 knots ground speed. Hey man, gotta get done in time for afternoon tea, right? Let's go. Also, default graphics for terminals. I mean, I know I like me some nostalgia, but honestly,
Make a right
does it
turn into
look
this
that
area.
good
Our
still?
gate is the last one on the right side.
Strange. The enemy has captured a command post.
There's our gate at the end. Pull up to the jetway and stop.
All right, do I have my strobes on? I can turn those off. Wing lights can come off. Taxi light can come off. Hello, Pavlin. Welcome aboard. We have just landed at Glasgow, but we're not flying P3D. We're in FSX. FSX Steam Edition, to be precise. And I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead, push it in a little bit more, and stop.
Excellent job.
Excellent work. All right. Let me have a little bit of fun. Stop position might need to be adjusted a bit. But, ooh, Orbit Airlines, come on. Let me have some fun with this. Let me do a little bit of old school stuff here. Boost bumps don't care. Ignition can come off. APU gen is on, and we can go ahead and cut the engines. Parking brakes are set, and I'm having a little too much fun with the default aircraft, but who cares? Let's see. Logo can come off. Well, I mean, not gonna argue with your logic. The graphics aren't the best in terms of what we're used to, but Control J for the jetway hookup. Nostalgia at its finest. Let's go, folks. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Party of one for the nostalgia here, but who cares? I'm having fun. I will capture the screenshot because I'm a nerd like that. Don't care. There we go. Mm-hmm. Bam. All right, so fantastic. Another mission in, and we can probably turn the strobe light, beacon light off at this point. Because we're going to turn the APU off. Because I'm assuming we're going to do a ground power hookup, and done. Oh yeah. No doubt, no doubt. What was the company? Short Final did a bunch of European scenery that I have some or most of it, and it does look nice. All right. An hour and 16 minutes in, and we've gotten quite a few missions in under the belt. So I'm happy. I'm very happy with that. I don't want to do any of the extremely difficult missions. I might either do the monsoon approach or the Quito approach. Only problem with Quito is that the graphics seem a bit meh for me once you get into the city. What do I want to do? Not Civil Air Patrol race. Not Tokyo Executive Transport. Heh, 4090. 3060 Ti personally, but I wouldn't mind a 4090 if I had the computer to run it because that thing's huge. Amazon Trek, no. Secret Shuttle, nah. Let me think. Air tutorial, flying blind across the channel, Loopy Larry, Sugarloaf repair. Okay, yeah, I think we're going to do this one. We're going to do the monsoon approach because that's basically about the most, like, kind of like, you know, Rock'em Sock'em mission short of like military stuff. This one's probably going to challenge me a little bit because of the amount of work that I'm going to be doing flying the plane, especially when you get down to prep for landing. And I will be using the 2D panel for the nav and getting everything set, so don't be surprised.
Well, this should be interesting. It's monsoon season here in Singapore, and we're descending into the thick of it. I think we're about to get a real show here.
Okay, so here's the airport, and we are descending through 18,000 feet.
Landmark 1123 Heavy, descend and maintain 10,000.
Down to 10,000, landmark 1123 heavy. Okay, we're cleared down to 10,000.
Okay, and let's pick up the Pepper with our descent rate. I think I'm gonna do 2,400 feet per minute because the sooner we get down to altitude, the sooner we have time to prep for the next step. I feel like with this mission, you really want to stay ahead of the approach and stay ahead of the aircraft so that you have the ability to land successfully. And you will be doing an IFR landing because of the sheer amount of bad weather.
Landmark 1123 Heavy, turn right 15 degrees for spacing.
Right 15 degrees, landmark 1123 heavy.
So 205.
All right, fly heading 205.
Hopefully it works, Pavlin. Again, no special livery, but big plane and lots of clouds. Oh yeah. A little bit of wing flex too. Let's go. While I have some time to catch up, let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and put my landing lights on now, so don't forget.
Landmark 1123 Heavy, turn left heading 190.
Left to 190, landmark 1123 heavy. Fly heading 190.
World travel 2117, turn left heading 080.
Left to 080, world travel 2117.
My lights up here. Beacon, nav, strobe, wing light I'm turned on now. Logo light, well, doesn't seem to flip, so I'm not going to care about it. The rest of the switches probably shouldn't be toggleable, so that's fine. I mean, the 3D switches are there, to just, you know, you can't touch them except for engine starts.
Landmark 1123 Heavy, reduce speed to 210 knots.
Back to 210 for landmark 1123 heavy. to 210 knots. Use the spoilers if necessary.
Yeah, use the spoilers because it'll be necessary. Let's go, baby.
Set flaps 5.
Let's do flaps 5. That's interesting. Why did the engines kick on? I have my speed set. Again, if they don't care about the speed, I'm not going to care about it. Storms would disappear and reappear downwind.
Heading 083.
Left 083, landmark 1123 heavy. Okay, fly heading 083.
All right, looks like we're turning in. I think they're trying to keep us on the path, but yeah, it's going to get challenging. This landing is going to be ugly. These don't work, that's fine.
Set flaps 10.
Flaps 10. So the tricky thing about this is that the winds are going to be big time. We will have ground contact in terms of being able to see the ground just before landing, but it's not going to be much before that.
Landmark 1123 heavy, descend and maintain 6,000.
Down to 6,000, landmark 1123 heavy.
Down to 6,000,
Down
set.
we go. Take us to 6,000.
Why are we complaining? Are we stalling? Whatevs. Get the gear down now. Give me a little bit more aerodynamic drag. It was the gear. Really? Gear warnings to 10,000 feet? Any enunciators in this thing? I don't think there are going to be any enunciators.
World travel 2117, turn left heading 050, descend and maintain 2,500 until established on localizer. Cleared ILS runway 2 center approach. Maintain 210 knots until established.
Left is 050, descending to 2,500. Cleared for the runway 2 center approach and will maintain 210 knots. World travel 2117.
1,000 to go.
I wish folks didn't get any downvotes at all unless there was a really good reason why. We're kind of sort of following the line of approach. They're vectoring us in. Still going pretty fast. I feel like I want more flaps, so...
Set flaps 20.
There we go. I didn't fly this mission before then, so that was just a wild guess from me.
Landmark 1123 heavy, turn left heading 050, descend and maintain 2,500 until established on the localizer. Cleared ILS runway 2 center approach. frontal established.
Left to 050, down to 2.5, cleared for the runway 2 center approach, and we'll maintain 210 for now. Landmark 1123 Heavy. Singapore Tower, landmark 1123 Heavy with you on the ILS for 2 center.
We're going to do the approach.
1123 Heavy, Singapore Tower. Wind 66 at 24 gusts, 32. Runway 2 center, cleared to land. Be advised, wind shear has been reported on final. Cleared to land. Landmark 1123 Heavy.
I don't know if it's technically possible to win this scenario by landing on the wrong runway, but I'm hitting the approach button now. So let's go ahead and slow down even more. Maybe 200 and... Sorry. Maybe 200 and... what? Okay, we are descending to 2,500 and we're going at 1,800 feet per minute. Let's again do 20... We're gonna do 2,400. Bavlin, while this wasn't a mission that I was thinking of doing, I'm kind of glad I'm doing it. All right, so I'm on approach mode, so technically the plane should turn into the localizer and keep it. We're probably going to fly past it and then trim.
Retract the speed brake if extended.
Okay, it's not extended. Can you arm? Yes, you can. Whew. I arm the speed brakes. Sweet. Nah, man. Failing by daring greatly. We're at 2,500 feet, and we are following the approach in.
World Travel 2117, contact the tower.
Switching. World Travel
Oop, there we go, there we go.
2117.
Ground contact. You can't see much of it, but I do have ground contact. So we have the spoilers armed, and we're flaps 20 right now. I don't know if I want to go slower than that. And yes, you can crash and lose your progress and basically have to start the entire scenario over. So this is kind of for keeps.
World Travel 2117 back with you. Missed approach.
Oof, they missed the approach.
World Travel 2117, fly heading 050, climb and maintain 3000.
050 and 3000 for World Travel 2117.
We should be descending, I think. Shouldn't we? Okay, not just yet. We're coming up on the green beam now, and then we're gonna hit the glide slope and come on down. Psyched myself out for a bit. Oh yeah, I am on autopilot right now. Thanks for the suggestion. I would not be doing this by hand.
Reduce speed 100 to 60 knots and lower the gear.
Ah, dude, I already had the gear down at 10,000 feet. All right. We are coming down. So first thing I'm going to do is put flaps 25. You have hand flown this mess before? Dude, hats off to you, dude. It's almost 6:30. Wow. Eastern time. How close are we? All right, we're coming in on the beam, and the weather is not cooperating.
Landing gear down.
Down.
Flaps set to 30 degrees. Speed
Set.
brakes armed. Final approach checklist complete.
Nice. I wish this was more descriptive, but at least we're on approach and we've got the ILS working. This would be an absolute just terror without ILS. Oh, wow. In DCS. Crosswinds right now we have winds from 057 at 24. They're probably gusting. And as far as I remember, there is wind shear. Okay, we're at the speed we want to be at, and we've got flaps 30. I do see landfall, and I believe I see the runway in front of me. This is amazing. This is amazing. And lightning strikes. Dude. We are 800. I don't know what minimum callouts are, but we can see the runway, so I'm going to call it we're landing. This is supposed to be 2 center, but it looks more like 2 right. Oh, because there is a right runway. I think. Yeah, it could be frozen butter, MHD. Strap in. Here we go. Ooh, look at that wind. Look at that burst. All right.
Don't sink.
My aircraft. Yeah, see? See? Right about there. We're gonna come crashing down. But we're gonna do it. Oh my word. We're getting like shoved back up in the sky. I don't care what the landing rate is. We're putting it down. There we go. Full brakes.
Nice work.
Woo!
Landmark 1123 Heavy, turn next taxiway. Welcome to Singapore.
Dude. Incredible. Technically, we should have gone around, but in a monsoon with a runway this long and a speed that slow, I wasn't going around. Ugh. No, no. I think you're right. At least in execution, if not in theory. With rain this pervasive, it would have definitely complicated the scenario for landing. But in the sim, this sim did not simulate hydroplaning or reduced braking action. So, I mean, not at least as far as I remember. So, the cool thing is that, we were able to put it down, we were able to slow down. But believe me, I've flown an X-Plane 12 in winter. I've seen reduced braking action at work, landing on a runway that looks kind of wet but mostly iced, and you do have difficulty slowing down. So, yes, it is a thing. Amazing. Absolutely amazing stuff. Uh, Landing lights can come off. And let's go here. Amazing. All right, keep it pointed straight ahead for a little bit. Give me a little bit of juice. A little bit more juice. Sorry. Come on. And that should do it. All right. Parking brake set. And we're going to call the jetway in and shut the engines off. And can we get the APU running on this bird? Sheesh, where is the APU? Been a while. Been a while. Let's see. Where is the top display? So overhead panel is right here. Okay, I see. And oh, duh, APU's right here. But they don't simulate the APU, so whatever. There we go, folks. Welcome down to a monsoony Singapore. That was dope. Woohoo! Super duper 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 raining. Actually, that's a pretty good point. So what you're saying is they vectored us in the wrong way into the weather. So we were dealing with the updraft instead of the downdraft. I would kind of prefer to have downdrafts, but at the same time, if you're not prepared for them, you're basically toast. So that's not bad. I mean, we didn't crash. I'm happy about that because you literally can crash on missions like this. Wow. So, not bad for a day's work. Ah. Let's see. So we did 4 missions. We did the Caribbean landing, we did the UFO intercept, the intro to jets, and we did monsoon landing. Yeah, I mean, ideally, we don't want to be throwing through, we don't want to be flying through storm cells, and this is why. Is it? I mean, like, I know FSX isn't the end all be all. I get it. But the fact that there was so much stuff that was bundled into this sim to begin with, back then, it was cutting edge. It was. So, folks, you know what? It's like 6:32. I am very happy with the missions that we flew, and it might be highly probable that I am not going to stop flying FSX for the missions anytime soon. We might even do a future stream where I take on one of the missions that I've never tried before, because there are many that I haven't tried. But for today, that was absolutely, utterly superb. Let me go ahead and unfortunately do a task switch, which is going to actually make the thing not play the music anymore, but that's okay. That's okay. I am looking for someone that we can say hello to because I think I'm done and I do think we're going to go ahead and raid. Folks, thank you so much for stopping in today. Really appreciate it. To the folks that said hi, the folks that chatted, the folks that lurked, thanks for bringing my viewership up. And let me see who we can say hello to. So, my friends 757 Spy and Continuum are streaming. Sim Caesar is streaming. Flights with Joel is streaming. West Coast Willie is streaming. Iron Condor is streaming. And you want to know what? I feel like saying hello to Iron Condor. So, folks, stick around for the raid if you wish. I'm going to go say hi to my friend, and we are going to bid you folks a very fond farewell. Like I always like to say at the end of my streams, if you don't know the Prince of Peace, you want to know the Prince of Peace. Because if you don't have peace, you want to get some. That was confusing and bobbled, but don't mind me. God bless you all. Take care. And may the Lord give you a very, very good week today. And sincerely, from the Digi Scenery Studio and Digi Driver Studios, thank you so much for tuning in today. Much love to everybody. May the Lord be with you and bless you this week in Jesus' name. Thanks so much for saying hi. And take care, my friends. Stick around for the raid.